Man. We had 10 games of NBA action tonight, and several of the games went down to the wire, including the Hawks, the Kings, the Pacers, the Warriors, the Knicks, and the Portland Trail Blazers. What a night. Of course, we're going to talk about all of it. It's your boy, Big Kev, right after the intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What is the word, NBA basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central After Hours. It is your boy Big Kev in the building. Listen, the last couple of nights in the NBA has been hijacked. First, you had your boy Luka Doncic getting traded to the Lakers for AD and a bunch of other things. And then you had Zach LaVine last night being traded from the Chicago Bulls to the Sacramento Kings with De'Aaron Fox going over to San Antonio, which meant that I was kind of like, hey, I couldn't jump on. Like it was too much going on. Couldn't jump on for after hours, but we are back in action as I'm trying to get back into a rhythm over here on NBA Central After Hours. Appreciate you guys for rocking with your boy tonight. And what a night it was across the association. 10 games, and about half of them went down to the wire. I mean, like the Atlanta Hawks, Trey Young hitting a crazy step back, almost three to get the win. The Knicks coming back to take over and defeat the Houston Rockets. You also had the Sacramento Kings hold off the Minnesota Timberwolves. Big game there. You had the Pacers hold off the Utah Jazz, actually come back and win that game, which was a fun game to watch. And we just saw the Trailblazers take down the Phoenix Suns in overtime, and the Warriors take down the Orlando Magic. So we will be touching base on every game that took place tonight, but those will be the highlights. And we will start with the Atlanta Hawks over the Detroit Pistons. What a game. What a game. Trey Young just taking care of business, man. It was a fun game to see, man. I have to bounce back and forth throughout the night from game to game, but this was one of the good ones. You had everybody showing up tonight. Trey Young with a 34.9 assist game, and it was efficient, which is not normal for him. 9 for 16 from the field, 4 for 8 from three. He did make 12 out of 14 free throws, and he only had 5 turnovers. Trey Young, who everyone is basically saying is a snub in back-to-back seasons for the All-Star game. But hey, you don't just play to make it to the All-Star game. You play to make it to the playoffs and win championships. And this guy right here is playing out of his mind. So is Kay Cunningham. We'll get to the Pistons in a little bit. But you had Zach Visacher. He's turning the corner a little bit. Rookie. Number one overall pick, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. DeAndre Hunter, who's been in and out of the starting lineup, taking care of business for the Atlanta Hawks. 20 points. And it's that was it, though. Just 20 points. He didn't do nothing else. Just 20 points. I ain't mad at him. Okongwu with 12. Daniels with 19. How many steals did he get tonight? Because this dude he probably just got another steal right now. 4 steals tonight, 7 assists. And then, of course, off the bench, you had Larry Nance Jr. with 12. And then Krejci with 13 points off the bench, 132 to 130. The Detroit Pistons, who have been playing a lot better than they've been playing lately. They've been losing the close games. They took care of they didn't take care of business tonight versus a really decent, not necessarily really good, but really decent Atlanta Hawks team. The team that's kind of like where Detroit wants to get to and to surpass. They had Asir Thompson with 13 points, Tobias Harris with 22 points, Jalen Duren with the 18 points, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 7 points, but Kate Cunningham, again, newly minted All-Star with 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 14 assists from Kate Cunningham. And then Malik Beasley, who is probably the sixth man of the year. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, but he's probably the sixth man of the year right now. Maybe Daniel Gafford in Dallas as well. But Malik Beasley with another 18 points tonight. Isaiah Stewart with 10 points. I'm not sure how many elbows he had, how many trips, how many pushes he had tonight, but he did have 10 points for Detroit in a losing effort. They fall 130 to 132, but this was the first of many very close games tonight, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I saw from the Detroit Pistons. I enjoyed what I saw from the Atlanta Hawks, and the step back and then step over from your boy Trey Young was crazy. It was crazy, man. Trae Young with 34 points, man. He scored 18 points. 18 points in the fourth quarter. Whew. And Kate Cunningham was matching him shot for shot. He went 13 for 13 from the free throw line with 14 points for him, man. So that's a record for the Detroit Pistons. Not mad at it, man. It was a really fun game to watch. If you missed it, head on over to NBA.com. If you ain't got a league pass, go ahead and get the league pass. I think it's $50 left for the rest of the year. But that was a fun game to see, man. Two young teams in the NBA trying to make their bones. You had the Wizards and the Hornets, two bottom feeders going at it. The Wizards got their 8th win of the season, 124-114. Another game that was really good tonight was the Houston Rockets versus the New York Knickerbockers. The Knicks looked like they was going to lose this game. They were down big going into the fourth quarter, but they put up a 46 ball on the Houston Rockets, a team that makes their bones defensively. I couldn't believe what I saw tonight from the Houston Rockets and the way they faltered in that fourth quarter, allowing the Knicks to not only come back in that game, but get the win. It was another big night from their leader, Jalen Brunson. 42 points and 10 assists on 14 for 27 from the field. Really big game from him. It was, listen, the Knicks fought hard to get back into the game and then take over the game and get the win. Precious Achiuwa with 7 points. Josh Hart with 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, all-star, 22 points, 9 rebounds. Miles Bridges, 22 points, 4 assists, 2 blocks. And again, Jalen Brunson with a 40 ball to get his team to win. The bench only gave them 12 points. Miles McBride with 7, and then you had Cam Payne with 5. That's all you got from the bench from the New York Knicks, and it did not matter because Jalen Brunson was taking care of business. He willed his team to a win tonight. And listen, that's what you like to see from a team that's got championship aspirations. They're trying to win their division. They're trying to win the Eastern Conference, and they're trying to win an NBA championship. So shout out to the Knicks for what they did tonight. Listen, the Houston Rockets, this is a game I expected them to win. They got a triple-double from Amin Thompson with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, plus 2 steals and a block, but it was not enough. You got Jalen Green with 21 points, 5 and 5. Dylan Brooks, Tyree Eason each had 11 and 12, and then Tate with 8 points. Off the bench, you had Holiday with 15 and Cam Whitmore with 18. But again, they fell apart at the end of the game. It is not something that you expect to see from Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets. I'm pretty sure he's going to talk to those guys and get them ready. But listen, at the end of the day, the New York Knicks are dogs. They're trying to get to the playoffs. They're trying to get to the finals, and they did not care who's in front of them. And tonight, they got a big win versus a good young Houston Rockets team that typically plays much better defense than what they did tonight. The Bucks got destroyed by the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you might as well just hand my man's SGA the MVP right now. Just give him the MVP. The dude is just playing efficiently. He had 34 points on 15 of 19 from the field. What? That's 80%. Nobody else really had to do anything from the start of the lineup. Lou Dort had 12. Williams had 4. Hardenstein had 6 points and 12 rebounds. Wiggins had 13 after having a career night the other night. But listen, the bench came in and took care of business as well. They played a lot of garbage time minutes, made sure that the Bucks were not able to get back in the game. Jang with 21 points, Williams with 13, and Isaiah Joe with 18 off the bench. But this is all about SGA, the far and away favorite to win the MVP. This dude is just effortless with how he plays this game. He's averaging on the season 32 and a half points, 5.2 rebounds, and 6 assists. What? What are we talking about here? Tonight, my man only missed 4 shots. Only 4 shots. I love what I'm seeing from this dude, man. He's must-watch TV. If you don't have League Pass, I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead and drop that $49 and catch the rest of the NBA season and watch these teams that you don't usually see. I know you're tired of seeing the Lakers play every night. Tired of seeing the Golden State Warriors play. All the teams that they play on ESPN and TNT, you're missing out if you're not catching these young guys. Take care of business. Over on Milwaukee, they just didn't have it tonight. It was just one of those nights. They just didn't have it. They didn't have their starters. They got blew out. There was no Giannis. There was no Dame, and that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get beat by almost 50, by almost 30 points, 35 points. It is what it is. Milwaukee take the L tonight over in OKC. OKC is not playing with nobody right now, though. OKC and Cleveland are the best two teams in the league. They're taking care of business. They're going back and forth with themselves. Another close game tonight, the Kings versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. This was a really good game. Went down to the wire. DeMar DeRozan hitting big buckets. Your boy Malik Monk, who I wish was on my favorite team, the Chicago Bulls, taking care of business as well himself. And it was just a fun game to see. DeMar DeRozan turning back the clock with 33 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 14 made field goals. Keegan Murray with 19. I don't know why the Bulls didn't ask for him when they made this trade the other day. They traded Zach LaVine over there. It was like, you keep Keegan Murray. Sabonis with 14 points and 11 rebounds, 3 assists. And then you also had Ellis with 13 and Malik Monk. This dude is an unsung hero. He's one of those players that goes out there and gives you effort every night. I remember watching him in college. He was a dog there, and here he is again tonight. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and ever since he's been in the starting lineup, the Sacramento Kings have been playing much better basketball. And now that De'Aaron Fox is out of there, he's going to be the one with the ball in his hands. Hey, I'm excited to see how they're going to look with Zach LaVine, Sabonis, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan. We'll see if the Kings can do what the Chicago Bulls couldn't do and make this DeRozan, Zach LaVine situation work. They didn't get much off the bench, only 2 from Carter, 5 from Lyles, 4 from Jones, but it was enough for them to get the 116 to 114 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves, who, listen, if it wasn't for Jaden McDaniels, look, he had an opportunity late in the game to tie the game, but he fumbled the ball out of bounds. That's neither here nor there. 22.7 rebounds, 2 assists from him. Naz Reid with 30 points, big three after big three down the stretch. Wasn't enough. Rudy Gobert with 19 points and 13 rebounds. I call him big useless, but he played a good game tonight. He also had 2 blocks. And then Anthony Edwards, 21 points, but he was only 7 for 21 from the field. You cannot have nights like this versus a team that's out there scrapping and clawing to try to get a win. You got to be more efficient than that. And then Mike Conley he hit a big three toward the end of the game, but he was only 2 for 8 from the field. Not enough tonight for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dillingham, who's been playing well lately, only 4 points off the bench. And then you had 2 points from Alexander, 4 from Luka Garza, and 7 from Clark. But again, the Minnesota Timberwolves fall to the Sacramento Kings 114 to 116. The San Antonio Spurs, new lead. They got their new point guard, the point guard of the future for them with De'Aaron Fox, but it wasn't enough for them tonight. The Memphis Grizzlies take care of business versus them 128 to 109. Another close game tonight. I told y'all about half the games tonight came down to the wire. I was able to watch the majority of this game. The Pacers versus the Utah Jazz. The Pacers take the win 112 to 111, mainly because the Utah Jazz fell apart late in the game, late in the fourth quarter. They got outscored by 6 in the fourth quarter. This is what happens with young teams, young coach. They don't really know how to close out games. And they listen, the Pacers are playing really good basketball. I think this is their 7th straight road win, which is a record for them, which is crazy considering how long the Pacers have been playing basketball. But they got 7 straight road wins now, a lot of wins in a row. They've been taking care of business. Pascal Siakam led the way with 22.6 rebounds and 4 assists. Then they got from Tyrese Halliburton 18 points and 6 assists, some big assists down the stretch of that game that led to a victory for them. Naismith off the bench with 13 and Toppin with 13. My boy Lauri Markkanen had an opportunity to tie this game at the end. They were down by 2, but he missed the first free throw and then missed the second free throw on purpose, but it wasn't enough. They lost by 1 point, 112 to 111. John Collins with 21 and 12, Markkanen with 16 and 7, and then you had Jordan Clarkson with 21 points off the bench, 8 for 17 from the field for him, but that was a good game to watch as well. Pelicans fall to the Nuggets. The Nuggets are the new San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs of Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan and all of them, who always found a way to win 50 games. You just look up like, dang, the Spurs won 50 games. That's what the Nuggets are. The Nuggets are, they won tonight 125 to 113. They're just one of those teams that you just can't overlook in the Western Conference, no matter what they're looking like. Trey Murphy the third, again, 41 points tonight. CJ McCollum with 30, but not enough to win because Michael Porter Jr. went scorched earth on these guys and 36 points for him. Jokic with another triple double. It's like he wakes up, he stretches, he gets a triple double. 27 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists for him. And then you got 20 piece from Jamal Murray. So it was a solid game from the Spurs, but the Nuggets. They took care of business tonight. Good win for them. Another game that went down to the wire was the Warriors versus the Magic. This game was over on NBA TV. I got to catch a lot of that one. And this is really just a matter of the Nuggets. I mean, the Magic just they tried. They outscored the Golden State Warriors 32-22 in the fourth quarter. They just didn't have enough know-how to defeat a team like Golden State in Golden State down the stretch. Golden State just made enough big plays to win the game at the end of the game. That's just the reality of it. Paolo Banchero's back, 18 points for him. Franz Wagner's back, 21 points for him. They didn't get anything else from their starters. Cole Anthony came off the bench and gave them 26, though. I like this Magic team, though. I feel like they're going to be a strong contender in the Eastern Conference for many years to come if they can stay healthy or get healthy. Andrew Wiggins gave you 25. Steph Curry gave you 24. The rest of the starters gave you 4, 7, and 4. But Draymond Green, Post, and Moody and your boy Kevon Looney, they all hit big shots down the stretch. Kevon Looney gave you 15 points, 15 rebounds and 6 assists. That's crazy. And a lot of those rebounds was down the stretch. That's the main reason why Orlando lost the game. They just could not figure out a way to close out this Golden State Warriors team. It's a team filled with veterans. Andrew Wiggins is playing a lot better this season, too, after all the different things that happened last season with him, personal reasons, so on and so forth. In the game that just ended right before we came on here, you had the Portland Trailblazers defeat the Phoenix Suns 121-119 in overtime, and your boy DeAndre Ayton got his revenge game versus his former team. 25 points and 20 rebounds for DeAndre Ayton is crazy. I don't know if he ever put up those type of numbers, but he did it tonight. He was motivated. He went out there and took care of business, and he got a block and a steal as well to go along with it. Every starter scored in double figures for the Portland Trailblazers. They was definitely riding with the big fella. Jeremy Grant with 14 points, a big dunk toward the end of the game, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And you had Kamara with 17. You had I keep on getting his name. Avdija. I know Danny. His name Danny. He had 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists before he fouled out. And then you got Simons with 13 points and 10 assists. Big win for Portland, who has been playing really good basketball lately. Phoenix falls short. KD had 27, Booker had 34, and Bradley Beal off the bench has been putting up big numbers off the bench for whatever reason. 25 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for him off the bench. Like ever since he's been coming off the bench, he's been taking care of business. And then Royce O'Neal gave you 14 points off the bench as well. Big game tonight for DeAndre Ayton and the Portland Trailblazers to get the victory for their boy, big DeAndre Ayton. I'm not mad at it. All right, so we'll go over the standings before we get up out of here. But it's been a crazy couple of days for the NBA. Stay right here. Stay tuned to NBA Central. For me, Hayes, we're going to be here Thursday for the trade deadline at 3 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be fun. We're going to figure out what's happening, who's moving, who's shaking. We've been hearing rumors about everybody. Nobody's untouchable after what we've seen with Luka Doncic. You got KD. There's rumors around him. Rumors about Steph Curry. Maybe even LeBron. I don't know. Is he going to get the chance to play with Luka, or is he going to get moved? You just don't know what's going to happen with the NBA. In the Eastern Conference, the top 6 teams are currently the Cleveland Cavaliers at 40-9. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Boston on a 3-game winning streak at 35-15. The Knicks at 33-17. Indiana's on a 4-game winning streak. They started the season slow, but they moving their way up the ranks, 28-20. Milwaukee has lost 4 games in a row. They started the season slow. They picked it up, and now they're faltering again, 26-22. Miami, even with all the brouhaha about Jimmy Butler are still in the top six, 24 and 23. That's a testament to their coaching staff. They're taking care of business out there. Detroit at 25 and 25, but we don't talk about the play-in tournament teams just yet. We'll talk about them later in the season. Oklahoma City at 39 and 9. They're still a game behind Cleveland for the best team in the NBA, but SGA is definitely the front runner for the MVP. Memphis sitting at 34 and 16. And then you got Houston at 32 and 17. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Tough loss for them today against the Knicks. Denver on a 3-game winning streak at 31 and 19, and the Lakers at 28 and 19, and the Clippers at 28 and 21 to round out the top six out west. Gregory Shorter, what's the word, my guy? Appreciate you for kicking with me. After hours, it is after 1 a.m. on the East Coast, and then we got after midnight here in the Midwest. As a longtime Bulls fan, we are about to lose so many games now. What if they don't hit on the pick? It's going to get real ugly. Yes, if they don't get a top 2 pick, it's going to be a rough couple of years. But they're definitely going into the complete rebuild mode, man. We're gonna have to figure out what's happening with the Bulls. I'm kind of salty at that they didn't get more of a return for Zach LaVine, but again, the Bulls have been waiting too long to make moves this entire GM regime. Garpax made better decisions than AK and Eversley. It's weird to say, but they held on to DeRozan where they should have traded him. They waited for Lonzo Ball to come back. They held on to Levine when they should have traded him, and they didn't get a good return for Caruso. It's just one of those things for the Bulls. And now they're putting all their eggs in the draft basket, hoping that they can get Cooper Flag or Ace Bailey. So we'll see how that goes, man. But as a Chicago Bulls fan, I'm not holding my breath. Any team that's owned by Jerry Reinsdorf, Jerry Mr. Burns Reinsdorf, is not a team that I could really have faith in. He's just all about the money. He's all about the money bags. All right, y'all already know what it is, man. Hit us up. Follow whatever Chicago sports team that you like to follow. Just type the word Central behind it, and you'll find one of your favorite analysts over here in the Chi-Town Sports Network. Don't forget to follow Chi-Town Sports Central, of course, in the Chi Boys podcast with Cognac Boys, C-Dub, and Bobby. And then we got some more things on the horizon for you guys. And of course, we'll see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Any trades will be right here. We appreciate the love and support that you guys have given us. It's your boy Big Kev, man. We'll be back tomorrow night. If unless there's like more breaking news and I'm out, because y'all know I work. I got a crazy work schedule. But if the guys are on here doing their live thing, talking about breaking down any crazy trades, you will not see me for after hours, but I will be here unless there are some more crazy trades that come through. All right, I'm gonna holler at you guys next time. Peace.